started on the demo.
Okay, there you go. The recording's on.
Okay, so let me say a couple words before the actual demo. So this is a demo for John Hayes on a college counselor that we put together. A couple of things that we want to share with you before we actually see the demo is this. Our objective is to build an avatar that can complement the human, right? So a few things that you will see, John, is the avatar will always be as smart as we want it to be, but she will never be smarter or be independent on her own because we don't want her to basically mention or say things that are not a part of her job. So we put guardrails around the avatar and the human, the brain behind the avatar will always have control of how much information that she will share and how she will provide answers to the questions asked by the user. So you will see that you will see a two-way conversational dialogue between Thomas and the counselor. Thomas in this role will act as a student and he will have a conversation with the counselor. So this is something that we want to show you, and please notice the lack of latency that you will see because this is something very important for us too. So those are a couple of parameters I want to mention first, and then let's get right to the demo. So Thomas, please take over the demo and walk us through it. Thank you.
Hi, I'm new to the school and I'd like to find out what type of math classes you offer.
LV offers a variety of math classes, ranging from introductory courses like Math 103, College Mathematics, and Math 105, Pre-Calculus, to more advanced courses like Calculus Statistics and Math 250, Linear Algebra. We also specialize courses like Math 143, Mathematics for Liberal Arts, and Math 170, Calculus I. What specifically are you looking for? Are you trying to fulfill a general education requirement or need a course for your major?
General education.
For general education, we typically recommend Math 100 and College Mathematics or Math 105 Pre-Calculus. Both courses are designed to fulfill the math requirement for most undergraduate degrees. Math 103 is a great option if you're not planning to major in a STEM field, while Math 105 is a good choice if you're considering a major that requires calculus. Would you like me to provide more details on the course content or help you with registration?
No, I'd actually want to, I'm interested in learning about AI. Does UNLV offer any technology classes with AI?
UMLV has a range of courses that cover AI and related topics. We have courses like CS 205, Introduction to Computer Science, and CS 306, Artificial Intelligence, that explore AI concepts, machine learning, and data science. Additionally, our computer science department offers more advanced courses like CS 406, Machine Learning, and CS 506, Deep Learning. We also have interdisciplinary courses that apply AI to fields like business, healthcare, and engineering. Would you like me to provide more information on these courses or help you find a specific program that aligns with your interests?
Yes, what programs should I know about so that I can start learning about a career in AI?
ULV has a few programs that can help you get started with a career in AI. Our computer science department offers a Bachelor of Science in Computer Science with a focus on AI and machine learning. We also have a data science program that covers AI, machine learning, and data analysis. Additionally, our College of Engineering has a program in information technology with a focus on AI and cybersecurity. These programs can provide a solid foundation for a career in AI. Would you like me to provide more information on course requirements, scholarships, or internship opportunities?
Yes, I'd like to learn about internship opportunities and getting financial aid.
ULV has a great career services department that can help you find internships in AI and related fields. They work with companies like IBM, Oracle, and Microsoft to provide students with hands-on experience. We also have a number of scholarships available, such as the UNLV Foundation scholarships and the College of Engineering scholarships. Additionally, you may be eligible for federal financial aid, like the Pell Grant or student loans. I'd be happy to help you explore these options and provide more information on the application process. Would you like me to connect you with our career services team or provide more details on the scholarships?
Not today. I just was asking some questions. Thank you very much for your help.
It was my pleasure to assist you, and I'm glad I could provide some helpful information. If you have any more questions or need further guidance, feel free to reach out anytime. Have a great day and good luck with your academic pursuits at UNLV. Bye.
So just a footnote there, John, because it's the AI is coming off the cloud and being sent over on our web sharing here. You see like a microsecond of latency, right? But
Yeah.
if she was on your desktop or on your phone talking to you, it'll be like you and I talking like right now. You will not see that kind of latency.
Yeah, I kind of, being on Teams and different, Zoom, you get that. And
Yeah.
it's just Teams isn't up to the speed you are. And takes a while. Same thing with Zoom, Don't know about
Yeah.
Google Meets. I don't use them often. But no, it's impressive.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
John,
no,
a
so
couple of things. Sorry, one of note is, I mean, as you notice how she can share the class information and also all the stuff. Basically, that's where we link her knowledge to established databases that UNLV give us. So, my point is, she will embark knowledge as much as we give to her to share with the students. And there are guardrails. For example, let's say if Thomas was asking her about tell me the best restaurants in Las Vegas, she might say, well, that's not something that I am, good at, but let's talk about your academic requirements. So there are guardrails. So, the avatars are not free to provide answers to everything. And then as far I mean, if you can envision, if you want the avatar to be a teaching assistant, then let's say if she is a calculus teaching assistant, then we would embark on her all of the calculus knowledge for that class. So when a student asks, okay, well, tell me, how can I deduct the second level derivatives? She know how to provide answer. But if you ask her about microbiology, she probably said, well, I'm a calculus TA and I'm not gonna be able to give you any answers on microbiology. So, those are the kind of guardrails that we can put together for a specific use. And also the other part that we can do is the avatar personality, right? You know how she is very, very casual, very nice. I mean, it's all depend on how you want to say certain classes where you want the teacher to be very to the point, very firm, or very, very straightforward. We can allow the avatar persona to do that. And there's certain classes where you want the avatar to be a lot more helpful, a lot more patient, and we can also make the avatar persona to reflect such. So those are some of the features that, I mean, if you envision using this technology as a tool for teaching, we can accommodate a lot of stuff and create the avatar to the way that you would envision that online teacher to be. So.
Yeah. And something to add also is you notice that Thomas went off camera on team and went on camera with the AI, because the AI actually can see Thomas and talk to him and be able to detect if, because this AI is empathetic. So she can actually detect his emotion, stress, and any anxiety he has, right? So if he needs assistance, maybe he needs to see a health counselor, or he needs to see additional support, right? That AI and can actually sense that, pick it up, and be able to guide Thomas into those kind of service around the campus. So it's actually a quite an intelligent AI if we choose to make it so. Like you mentioned, a lot of work in professor is lecture, right? We can actually assign her to be able to load in transcript, and generate those kind of tasks for you, right? Like the presentation, the talk track for your course, and so forth. There, we are talking with a gentleman that is working for Academy and Blackboard to be able to make those kind of happen too. So it's really the magic. It's up to the imagination of what we want to make her like, right? She can perform a lot of different tasks. It's really up to the creative mind of this team here, what we want to make her to be.
John,
Yeah.
I have a question. How does, this is a major challenge, a potential challenge, right? How do you make sure that a student actually sits in the class and participates throughout the 30 minutes, right? Because there's these video-led classes. They turn it on and they go have breakfast, they go to the gym and they come back and then, they do what they need to do to take the quiz, right?
Right.
So that's the importance of this. The AI can actually monitor and be interactive so that, I say a couple topics and then the AI responds. And also the AI can be proactive and ask them questions, right? So it's truly going to be almost a counseling tutoring session capability versus a professor just lecturing on a topic for 15-20 minutes. And like you were saying, this young generation, they're like almost a 30-second to 2-minute attention span type of generation, right? So we
Right.
can make it where it's more of a discussion discussion learning. um, for what I envision is even for some of these students who have more, let's say they're a foreign student and they have English challenge, we could make it where it can be multilingual into their language, as well as bring them up to speed. So this might be an additional module where you're getting a tutor in your own language, and maybe they pay a little extra for it so that it actually will move according to their level and to their learning speed, and also be able to fill in gaps. Because what we've noticed is that if you just give one speed lecture, quiz, or testing, some kids won't all kids don't learn at the same rate, and so that
Mhm.
the one that are behind, they get more and more behind. Eventually they quit the class, or they feel like this is too difficult, mainly because no one sat there and made sure they were, you have to pass level 1, level 2, level 3, kind of, learning anything. If you're at beginner level, some of these classes, they jump in more at intermediate level or something like that, uh, or just hard to follow. Then we're able to actually bring kids up to speed at almost at their own level and at their own pace, right? To catch them up.
Hey, Thomas, you want to get back on camera so we can see you again? I think your camera's kind of messed up when you go to the other side.
Oh, okay. It's in my teleprompter. So if I bend forward, yeah. So I'll stay
No,
back
actually,
here.
I see myself on my screen.
We cannot see you for some reason. Anyways, I cannot.
That's
just
fine,
you.
Michael.
That's just you, Michael. I see
Yeah.
all
Okay.
4 of us on my screen. It's okay. You don't need to see me. You just need to hear, right, Michael?
No, but
It's
I
more
just want
important that we
to John see
answering
you.
Dr. John, does that make sense? We are able to take it beyond the typical professor-led one-way learning to make it more interactive. We could also do what we call gamification, so that we could put in little fun games, quizzes, and things like that. So it doesn't have to be just one flow of one long conversation. It doesn't have to be any specific format, John. We can make it where it's broken up: games, lecture, interactive conversation. However you want to structure the course or the session. We'll even call it a session. you know, since we're in a kind of a building and research and development stage, we can have different types of courses and see which is more effective. Or even, you know, the same course can be done in different options based on the student's preference even, right? We have a gamification version, a traditional version, and also a discussion, you know, more conversational. All those are on the table.
Yeah. A quick question. I'm making the assumption that this particular demonstration is for an in-seat class.
So actually, no, that demonstration, as long as the person has a camera and a microphone, this can be, you know, a virtual conversation. That was what we demonstrated is more of a, rather than you having to go sit in with a counselor, make an appointment, I was able to do that similar to this, a video chat, right?
Yeah.
So we're taking that video, which is like you're saying, kids don't even want to sit in front of each other and talk anymore. They'd rather text, right? Well, why don't we do video chat for them to do their learning? As I was mentioning, this can be, you know, it can be one-on-one, it can be 1-on-10, 1-on-20, structured whatever way the, you know, the topic and the way of teaching you want.
Yeah. So we can do online, asynchronous, online, synchronous, hybrid, and classroom. So that's
Correct. Correct.
okay. You're after my own heart when you started with mathematics.
Yeah, that's actually a highly sought after skill in today's workplace, from what I've heard, because I have two daughters, one's in at USC and one's at you know, preparing for and they're saying that people who are math are able to do problem solving, and these days it's critical thinking and things like that.
Yeah, and design thinking.
Yes, design thinking.
Along the side. I think the key in mathematics is the weakness in the students as they're coming in. But the reality of the new business world is you have two new things that aren't really new, but they're critical elements of survival. And that is that so much of business today is data analytics and modeling, which you need mathematics for under every circumstance. And the other is uncertainty, and more uncertainty by not knowing, you know, we don't know what we don't know. And the key here is, how do you live with uncertainty? How do you do modeling and create some forms of predictive strategy and tactics? Well, that requires modeling systems, and you need mathematics to do that. It's just that's fact of life.
Yeah.
You know, the day of running a business by the seat of your pants is over.
If you break down everything that we do, including communication, music, and you know, it all comes down to math. It's basically a mathematician equation. So yeah, absolutely right.
Yeah.
So John, we also feel that it's visual learning is important, because as part of modeling, if you can actually help them visualize it better. So our interactions, we can also pull in charts, models, you know, things like that. So those are all on the table. So it's just not, it can be beyond just you're talking to someone type of interaction. It can pull in charts, it can pull in illustrations, even short videos. So you know, with these tools now, we can be very both creative and offer more comprehensive illustrations. I love it because I think each person learns in a different way, right? The typical way of learning, I think that it can be done better if you include, different elements that the students themselves will be more able to comprehend, they accept it, and they also are more interested.
Yeah.
All right, so great. So John, how can we help you? How can we collaborate and take it to the next steps? What are your guidances for us?
Well, I think the first thing I need to do is I need to now start bridging our conversation with the university so that, I can get Eric and Diana and that group involved. Uh, I I was working on kind of a project for admissions where we had a short course, and adding that avatar to that would really be a cool thing in the admissions side. I think it can go beyond just the academic side. I think that as admissions does their work, what I had come up with was build it a short course. I mean, maybe 5 minutes. Then give them a little test. When they take the test, they give us their name and address, and then once they do it, we send them a certificate for finishing that little short course and offer them another course, maybe get more information about them. And I can see that working really good in that idea. In fact, in one class, we built an amp to kind of do that, but we kind of dropped it and didn't go any farther. But I think our intent in business is to introduce the AI in every course. And from that aspect. So I think the first thing I need to do is get this to Diana and get this to Eric and have a quick conversation and try to put us all together again, including them. Does that sound fair?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. We can send you the video of this meeting, including the demo. We can also send you a couple of files that kind of give a overview, introduction to our company, our capabilities. And then when you share the information with your colleagues, we love to have another conversation with the team to potentially talking about maybe initiate a pilot program where we can help you build that admission AI counselor or whatever classwork that you want. Because for us, basically we want to make sure that we are engaging to help you to be successful. It won't be here's a product, use it and figure it out. We want to be there with you from day one and help guide you through how to build the avatars, how to link the APIs to your legacy application and knowledge databases, how to build a good UI UX, so the student when they use it would have a good experience when they use it. So this is a whole lot of work that we can do with you, for you, and we want to be very, very engaged to work with you. Maybe start out as a smaller pilot program and then we can grow it out to something more formal. So that's something that we are very open and are very excited to collaborate with you, John, and the team to do that.
Yeah.
One thing to note, John, based on what you just made, we're actually working with several healthcare organizations in a conversation for intake of patients. So the avatar actually talk to the patient, understand what their need, what their situation is, get their name, address, phone number, their health care insurance, and so forth, and inject that information into the EMR system, right? Similar, and I can see a similar thing for student administration as well. Get all that information from the student and then tie it into the administrative side, right? put that information in, so that way you don't have to have people type it in or scan it and so forth. So that can significantly improve efficiency for your for the college administration organization and department.
Yeah, and I think the visualization, the way you're approaching it, there's a real change in education, what the student used to be has shifted to a new student. And I think a lot of universities are still working off that old model. And the reality is there's a new model out there, and we all have to make that shift. That goes back to the uncertainty basis of trying to understand how you're going to run your business. Because if you don't know those students don't really exist anymore, and it's this group of students, then you're going to lose your shirt. It's not simple. So,
and to me, the transformation is more natural, because human being, we work by having conversation, by talking, sharing information, as opposed to sitting there with a keyboard and trying to type in all this information onto a form or a spreadsheet on the screen. Being able to articulate that through conversation is a lot more productive and more intelligent way of learning and sharing information.
Yeah, I argue all the time that the classroom is it's really like theater and storytelling.
Mm-hmm.
You get more engagement when you do that, sharing the stories that relate to the concepts really gets students engaged. And I think that's the important thing. Our classes, though, run sometimes 2 hours, are asynchronous or synchronous classes. I mean, the class that Jason's in is at 2 hours on Saturday morning. And then I meet with them 2 times a week in optional Zoom meetings. So if they got questions, I can help them. And that young lady could help me do that. So from that, and that would add just more support to the student. In the end, we're there for the student.
And the thing is, John, we think in terms of scale. You don't have to have just one of this lady helping you, right? There could be hundreds of these lady helping each student, guide them, not only become their counselor, be their tutor, be their administrative assistant to bring them on to the campus. So, I mean, that mindset is very different from, the old ways of thinking, right? You can have 100,000 of these gal helping every single student through the course. I mean, just imagine the productivity and the education for those students, what they can learn.
Yeah, I think that there's value. And that's the other key. It's about the value proposition to creation and claiming value. Now, that's the finance side of the university, where you got to accept the idea. Universities have to make money or they won't be there. So this idea seems like a seamless transition. I mean, I like what I'm seeing.
Great. Yeah, we're very proud of the technology, and we hope to continue to expand and develop the technology. So the other side is we're looking for investor to grow the business as well, John. So if you know any investor, we welcome having a discussion with them as well.
Okay. I can do that. All right. Do you have anything more you want to add, or
Thomas, Michael?
No, put our discussion. We will send you this video plus a couple other files just to give you more background on our company and what we're working on. And hopefully, once you share with your team, we can have a follow-up meeting to discuss some tangible next steps, including a pilot or a program where we can help you build that admission counselor that you envision. and I think that would be a great next step.
Okay. Well, I certainly appreciate the time you've given me and the opportunity that's there. So we get that stuff all together, and I will copy you on my submission so that you know it's actually being done, and we'll go from there.
Thank you, John.
Thank you.
I'm gonna go ahead and stop the recording, and I'm gonna upload this onto our YouTube channel, John, and then I'll send you a link to it. That way you can use it to share with your colleague and anyone else you want to send this to.
Okay. I appreciate it. Now that we're off the video, I think your program's got a lot, and I'm going to push from my end. I'm also going to talk to the board of directors of a startup that I'm involved with. I don't know if you're familiar with tactical battlefield management programs for the military. Are you doing any DoD work?
Not yet.
Not yet. We would love to get involved in that, and I know Jason kind of mentioned a little bit about it, but we don't have insight. We're primarily working with public safety, so fire, ambulance, police department, and so forth. We did have an RFP sent to Department of Homeland Security, but we definitely love to get into simulation training and so forth for the military.
Yeah, this goes even beyond training. This goes into actual battlefield, active engagement in the battlefield.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing we would like to do is figure out how to put drones in, because they're not shooting with bullets anymore. They're shooting with missiles and drones. So there's a system that, and we're working actually with a group of Navy SEALs in Coronado. In fact, we were out there in August for 3 days working with them, and they've come up with some more things they would like added. But I think your back end and what you've got could be really beneficial to get incorporated into this.
Yeah. I think that would be a wonderful way to get in. Just so you know, we are working with the police department in putting our technology into drone, what they call DFR. So drone has first responder. So in a scenario where you have an incident, the drone will be the first one on the scene, providing intelligent information back to the police officer or the fire department as they arrive on the scene. So those are kind of.
That's exactly what we need in the TO, Cherokee program, is that drone. And not only that but we also need that drone to be able to be an attack mechanism.
Yeah. The nice thing about our technology is our avatar or AI can actually see. So when it arrives on the scene, it can give the military team, hey, this is the terrain. It's raining, it's wet. These are the suspect. I see, 12 armed suspect with automatic rifle, and then it can actually send back the position of each of those suspects. And so the police are using this for an active shooter or a crisis center. So the drone arrive on the scene. It can tell you what floor the suspect is on, where the victim are, in what room, and be able to send back all that logistic live feed back to the police officer before they come into the building. So I can see similar case in military as well. And not only can it describe it and send it back, it actually can send the live feed back to the police officer. So there's a lot of different application. And I think in military, it can do exactly the same and even more.
Yeah. And it would give you an avenue to the DoD.
Yeah.
Yeah, John, the one good thing about us too is, we are on US base, so all of our personnel technology are on US base. I spent 10 plus years of my early career working for defense contractors. So I think myself, Martin, even Thomas, we all can get clearance. I used to have a top secret clearance. So I mean, if we need to get additional clearances or work with the DoD, I know there's a requirement for that, and I think we are well positioned to be able to communicate and work in that environment. For as being a U.S. citizen and U.S. based technology with proper clearance level, we can do that. So
I think that one of the things that there was sort of a question that came up while we're out there, why don't you sell this to Ukraine? Our answer was very specific. We're not citizens of Ukraine.
Mm-hmm.
2 of our founding members are actual special service people who have retired because ATAC failed and they were injured.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, we're a U.S. citizen and we intend to deal with our country. If you choose to want us to do that, we will. But end of discussion.
Yeah.
Agree. I think this kind of technology need to be used for our country purposes and not exported to other places. I totally agree with that.
Our coder is actually in India. His name's Ananya. He's a great kid,
Yeah.
And we love him. But he was one of my students too. So
yeah, actually, if you ever want to set up that meeting after you talk to your board of directors, we're honored and we would love to have that conversation with your colleagues for the technical battlefield management team. So that'd be great. Love to talk to them.
Yeah, it's a long story. My oldest son and another young man ended up starting this company. And back about 15 months ago, my son died. And at his funeral, my youngest son and I promised that we get it done.
Mm-hmm.
And we're actually choosing or want to choose an exit strategy. And all the money from that goes to our remaining grandson, because 7 months before my son died, my grandson died in the motorcycle accident. And so the money all goes to our ex-daughter-in-law or our daughter-in-law and our last grandson. Scott and I aren't taking a penny of that money. And
that's wonderful, John. That is awesome.
Yeah. But well, listen, let me get running. I've got looks like 7 minutes to get to the next one.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
alrighty.
I stay busy. I'm not good at not having things to do. And so I'm always looking for stuff to do, but that's how
You're in great health.
I
It's amazing to see, a person at your station like that. It's just excellent health mentally and physically. We're very impressed, and we would love to, to learn from you about your secrets of longevity too at some time.
I'm going to follow you, John. I'm going to work until the day I die. I'm not going to stop. I think that's a wonderful thing to do.
Yeah,
there's a purpose that you want to fulfill, and that's what keeps you going. I think that's if you want part of the secret, right?
It is keeping active. Now, mentally, my brain's in great shape. My heart sucks, but I actually have stage 4 heart failure. I keep beating the odds.
Keep going, John. We'll be there. We'll support you. Keep going.
Yeah, I mean, I will not let it slow me down.
Yeah.
I have 3 cardiologists. They all think like, will you come and talk to people? You do more than our 50-year-olds do. Well, I like to do more. I don't want to sit around with nothing to do. I hate TV.
Yeah.
Well, now I hate TV except during the fall on Saturdays or during the championship run through the January when Ohio State is playing. So I'm an Ohio State boy, you know.
They are number one ranked. They're top ranked right now.
Been happy the last few years, all those championships in football.
Yeah. The only thing we're not happy about is the team up north. That one sucked for 4 years.
Yes.
We're not even allowed to say that word. If you do say it, you have to pronounce it very specific. Michigan.
Michigan.
Now, Michigan. Or team up north. That covers everything.
All right. Great. So thank you. We'll see you later, John.
Bye.
Have a good one, John.
Thank you.
Just tell Tony to go back on. You know, he's off camera. He's always talking about.
No. So it happened to me a lot too. So Thomas has to get back out. Sometimes he has to reboot and get back on, because when the avatar takes over the camera and the driver, when you come back on, there's always error. I think
what I'm
there's a
saying,
conflict.
you know, I mean, he should listen to what we say. You know, if we're gonna see him, then we're gonna see him. You know, it is about what he see, because the recording have him talking about him there, so it's less professional. That's my point.
I know, but he's not able to come turn on the camera. That's why I'm trying to tell you. It's a driver problem. It's an error. I know what you want, but it's impossible for him to fix it.
Why don't you text him to come back onto this meeting so we can spend maybe 5 minutes talking about the thing that we say. You want to text him to come back onto this meeting?
Yeah. But I know I didn't want you to hound him, because I know he's not able to.
No, I just said at one time, and then, you know, you have to kind of do his best to come up. Because to me, I just want to see, you know, the meeting looks good, right? So, you know,
that's fine. You know, not you know, a lot of meetings don't have video either. So as long as we can hear each other, it's fine.
He's on mute now.
Sorry, I wasn't aware of the because I could see myself on my own.
I know. Yeah, that's fine.
You know what? It happened to me many times, Thomas.
Yeah, it's
so
fine.
Don't worry about it. It's a driver issue.
You know, my only point is, you know, I just make sure that when we send a video out, you know, it looks, you know, not having you talk without seeing you. That's all.
Well, you guys look like you're like Boys in the Hood, both of you wearing baseball caps and looking gangster like. I guess that's okay if they're people are young.
Hey, so I just want to go to this before, you know, basically I want to send this and the generic deck, the one that you know, not 911, and the video to John and to Anthony, right? So on this one, Martin, I saw, you know, I did fix the sales at Avacom.
That's fine.
Oh, by the way, just make sure that this number.
Send this to John also, okay?
I will. This is our friend too. Hey, Martin, just please make sure that this number works. You know, when someone calls. I know last time we tested.
It does.
So.
It does.
Okay. So this one I done.
Can we have it instead of sales though? I mean, you want it? Could be like info at Avacom or something else. This small thing is just that.
I can sell info too, but a lot of people are used to sales. But I can do info. A lot of places now do high-low at Avacom.ai, you know, whatever we want.
Yeah, because some people feel like they don't want to deal with the sales department.
So, you know, could we have both? You know, could we have sales?
So why don't you change that to info, and I'll create info after this meeting.
Okay. I will check the info. Info at Avacom.ai.
Yeah, I think people feel more comfortable with that.
Okay. You guys went through this, you know, and this is what I just put down. You know, you guys feel free to actually let me bring up the Word version so we can edit
it. I think it's fine, you know, and I like how you keep it very high level and generic, because I think at this point we don't want to give too much detail, right?
I agree with that. And also, if you're sending this to general, from your own perspective as a CISO and CIO,
Yeah.
it's a different, right? This already is a little bit, a lot of information crammed into one slide for the average person.
Yeah.
It's fine,
Yeah.
but it's actually, good enough, or actually even you want to
Well,
keep
this
it
one, this
very
one's kind
layman
of
terms.
provide this one give the answers to Anthony's question, right? So let's go through that together. Security compliance, SOC 2 compliant data are stored on the cloud at the customer side with built-in encryption, right? That's a good true statement, right? I mean, that's how we trust it. Integration, standard and customized APIs that can integrate to legacy application databases. Okay, that's short and sweet.
Yeah.
And then this one we mean standard. I mean if there is a, let's say, Microsoft Dynamics and that become a standard, but let's say they have some custom apps that we have to write special API, we can do that too. Because to me, standard mean once we have the API for a certain applicant, we use it across multiple customers.
Yeah,
Performance.
and I'm sure he's asking because they have a bunch of different medical
Yeah, they have
applications.
like
and we see if we,
custom apps.
we have
So we
integration
say, hey,
on those. Yeah.
yep. Performance capabilities, advanced AI technology to minimize latency. Okay, that's robust and scalable environment enabling usage of multiple avatar instances concurrently. Right, that's performance is AI. Scalability mean can I use it? Okay, that's fine. And then pricing mean flexible pricing to enable customer to grow and scale operation needs. Usage are tracked by time of use with proper allowance for bursting due to special events or incidents. So we talk about that, right? And then focus and available professional services to meet all customer UI UX needs. Right. So that's
Michael, I think that's a little bit long. That one is because you can pull out the usage or track by time of use and proper allowance for. I don't think you need that much of a explanation there.
let's see.
I
Let's
actually
see what.
kind of like it, but if
Actually,
you want to
well,
it,
well, because the scale that's more in the scalability.
yeah.
Right, that's more scalability instead of pricing and pilot. I don't know. I'm just thinking.
No. Let's do this.
Let's
Let's go to his email and see what he's asking. I think that's probably. Let me do that. I think I did that because
of the way he asked the question.
he said, okay, how is pricing structure? Induction lesson, are there setup costs? Have you run pilot or the organization? If so, how would it scope and measure for success? Okay, so that's different than.
Yeah, that it didn't answer it because what you did was more on the scalability.
Yeah.
Aspect.
So how is pricing? So okay. How is pricing structure? Okay, let me do. Okay, remember this one. How is pricing structure? What am I doing? I got too many screens open. So we should be flexible. Okay, so you're right, Thomas.
Yeah,
so we need to check this out. Okay, this is not really.
That's not pricing. That's scalability, and that's actually that's really a small. The in a major emergency, that's once in a while. Everybody has kind of overages.
Yeah.
So
we should flexible pricing to enable. What should we add about the pilot program?
I kind of like something like usage utility.
Well, that's more against on I would just say that after just say
because pricing is based on license, right? We license the product.
I actually would say that there's custom pilot programs to help forecast cost and to to actually, it's more like right sizing.
Mhm.
The concept is that instead of one size fits all and just kind of we're able to actually right size them from the beginning. It's more there's more of a, so the pilot will help right size and forecast costs according to requirements or something like that.
How about something like this? Okay. How about say flexible pricing to enable customer to grow and scale operation needs ranging from pilot program to full implementation. Right. It's kind of say we're going to pilot program.
It would be operational with AL at the end, I think.
Oh, well, you see that?
Scale operation needs, that's kind of a grammar. Operational needs with AL. Yeah, operation at AL at the end. Yeah.
Right.
Okay, that's good enough.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Because right here, when we can always send him the so-called price sheet separately, right? He can see the price. And support garden building support updates and maintenance are available with pricing plans, right? Whatever the plan is. Avatar behavior and communication guardrails are available as core components of the avatar
Now,
persona.
Do we want to say available or included in pricing plan?
Right, you
I
say
wouldn't even say mention pricing plans, just say and maintenance
available.
are available. Yeah.
Okay.
Right, that's probably be redundant here. That's
Yeah. We want to make it just short and
yep.
effective. Yeah, I
Right.
think it looks cleaner. I think now it's not like you have too long of an answer.
Yeah, so it's just to the point. And then,
Yeah.
this also give us a chance to meet and kind of say, let us elaborate more on what we're talking about, right? So that's a chance us to close the deal.
I
Right?
agree
Because
with
then
that.
you say too much. How about up here?
Yeah.
Is that okay? Because I want to put here more like an introduction. Because remember, this is something that we we will send to other people too, right?
Yeah.
This was kind of talk about Avacom was established with a singular profound vision to revolutionize the way business use technology through the transformative power of cutting-edge AI. We envision a future where customer experience, right, services. Actually, should I take out the word services? Where customer experience and not just
Yeah,
reactive, right?
customer experience.
Do we want to mention anything about managed services?
What's up, managed? No, it's kind of in here somewhere.
No, that's really more. I also don't want to pigeonhole ourselves quite on this
Yeah, this is
later,
very
because not
generic, right?
everyone's gonna want managed service
Yeah.
either.
Right.
So we're building and
Actually,
integrating interactive multilingual
experience.
avatar to help business streamline operations for stuff in each other.
Actually,
Yeah, so yeah.
Michael, so experience is not just reactive.
Oh yeah.
And then I would actually say proactive, interactive.
Proactive.
Okay, and then I feel like the vision, it doesn't actually what's unique about Avacom's vision, right? Everybody wants to
Yeah, but this is this is the actual detail of the vision. This is where the second sentence. So well, yeah, that's your vision. This is how we're gonna do it. So this is the vision. This is how we're gonna do it.
I would actually, let's figure something out. I feel like we need a stronger, that's kind of a lot of words to say, oh, we're going to use AI. No, I'm just saying from my perspective, right? That's like, what is something that's unique about Avacom using AI?
Multilingual
Vision would be
avatar,
like
right?
using AI to help humans be better at work, something like that. more layman's terms, more there's someone gets a feeling or gets a something, makes them think or makes them
So this is
attract
the
their
part
interest.
where this is where you want to say something that a little bit more. Because I think the vision is fine. The vision could be a generic vision. Say, hey, to revolutionize the way business use technology through the transformative power of cutting edge AI. That's fine. But then this
I think that
statement
I
here.
actually disagree with that. Sorry, Michael.
So no,
I
go
feel,
ahead. You know,
I feel that
we
that's something that's very generic. That's something that I'd actually try
but
to see if we
remember,
can.
this wordings are in our deck. That's why I mean, this was just
I
something I
understand
wrote.
that.
Yeah.
I understand that. Okay, we can leave it for now. But if you look at the visions for other companies, it's actually a little bit more simple and powerful
Okay, so
versus.
this is the vision here, right? So what should the vision be? Say something out loud to make it simple. Well, what is a simple vision? Simple but powerful, right?
To empower businesses with more effective AI or something like that.
Yeah, but is that saying the same thing as this thing? It said the same thing, it's just differently.
Well, you can even cut that out. Just the vision is to create better to create customer experience that is not just, yeah, I mean, cut that whole thing. Is vision is to empower customer experience that is not just reactive but proactive. Yeah, why don't we cut that sentence out and we just use that bottom sentence?
So you're gonna do,
And then so vision to revolutionize customer experience.
right?
To be,
Revolutionize.
yeah, because to be reactive, to be to be proactive, yeah, to be
Revolution customers and to revolutionize customer experience and
to be TOB. Yeah, yeah. What do you think about that?
that's fine. I do agree to the more shorter. So that way, it's to the point, right?
Like I said,
Outcome was
for
established
layman's
for the singular
terms, I think
vision.
this kind of I think it'll be more a stronger statement,
Right.
right?
Because the vision doesn't have to be AI, it's just say this is what we're
Yes,
gonna do, and this is how we're gonna do it.
correct.
Right.
Yep.
To revolutionize customer experience, to be proactive, interactive, intelligent, and significantly more effective. Should we take this thing out and replace it with something else?
And
What is
powerful.
significant more effective is, well, what does that really
And
mean?
powerful.
Right?
And powerful.
What does powerful mean though? Explain powerful.
And deliver exceptional results.
Okay, so okay, so to revolutionize customer experience, to be proactive, interactive, intelligent,
And deliver exceptional results. Or whatever results. I just used the word exceptional, but
exceptional is good. Yeah.
okay. Okay. I think that's powerful. If you say that,
Yeah.
people are like, "Oh yeah, that sounds
Right. So this is,
strong."
the why. This is what you're doing. This is how we're doing it. These are the highlights, and then and I like this one too. This isn't just about technology; it's about people, right? I think it's a great tagline here, right?
I agree with that one. Because there's always that fear right now, AI is taking jobs, right? So,
Yeah. Okay, info@avacom.ai is created. And also I
Okay.
create one that's very common with a lot of tech now. It's called hello@avacom.ai.
Hello, like hello.
Yeah, hello. So you know those exist if you ever
hello,
want to use it.
HELLO, you mean?
HELLO.
Okay, because the way you pronounce it, I thought you were saying high low, like
Yeah,
like
high
you're
low. I said, what
gambling.
do you do? Yeah, what
No, hello, man.
what is
Because
high
Hello.
low? What is
because
Hello.
high
it
low? Yeah.
hi. Okay,
Okay.
cool. Yeah, no, good. This is great. I think the only thing I could also the Avacom logo is a little bit light and small.
Okay, let me make it bigger.
So no, or else you have to take it out of the header. Might put as in the main body. So that is
I
not,
could. Hang on.
yeah, because then it become more stronger.
Okay, hang on, let me do that.
Yeah. So click on that, take it out there, and put it as part of the main body.
Wait,
I think it's still in the header.
I know I'm gonna control X out a little bit.
Yeah, just take it out.
And put
Get
it
rid of the header. Put it as the main
on,
body. There you go. So you
let
have to
me,
take the title. You have to take the Avacom out of the header too.
yeah, hang on, let me do one at a time. Let me put it back in for now. Let me take this out.
Now you put it in the header.
I know, I did it on purpose so I can take this one out first.
Hey,
Oh,
so what do you think about
I would, you know,
meeting with John? Nope.
I know
I
what to
think that
do.
was a
I'll play with it. I'll put it outside so we can have it.
Great. Okay, no, everything
Um,
else looks good.
yeah,
But
yeah. Okay, meeting with John. Any recap thoughts?
no, this is great. Similar, you know, I mean, he's really engaged and he wants to get us in front of not only his college board, but also his other company thing. So that would be
Yeah,
good. You know, let's stay
yeah,
on him.
yeah,
I
Let's just
actually
stay
think
on him.
I've heard that from UNLV, and I've heard it from even from your anthology
Yeah.
contact. Everyone's like you're saying, Martin, everyone's looking to build a stronger virtual classroom environment, online learning environment, right? So
Yeah.
actually we just ride that wave, right? We help them. Look, now
Yeah.
you can get more engagement, attract more people, and actually earn more money. Because
Yeah.
actually, my feeling is if the school was willing to offer the online tutor or the personal tutor
Yeah.
option at a higher cost, right? There's additional revenue for them. I
Yeah.
think we should see what they think about that. I think that's actually could be
Yeah.
something, right? They can make more money with the same student
Yeah.
now.
So two comment. Okay, first one is what Chris told us is 90% of their student now are coming from outside the U.S. You know, they're not going. Second thing is I used to do work with Headland Digital, which is a subsidiary of Pearson Group. If you guys are not familiar with Pearson
I
Group,
know Pearson. They're
yeah,
testing.
it's the largest college book publishing in the world. And 15 years ago, they were already predicting that all the course will going to be online. So they did a startup in San Francisco, and I was part of that team that built it. And you know, it didn't work out well, but you know, 15 years ago, they knew all the
Well,
colleges
the
was
timing
going
was
online.
now if you redo that thing, I think it's actually much more relevant because more people
Yeah.
are online and more
Yeah.
people are actually, as a matter of fact, if you don't have an online
Yeah.
course presence, most schools are dying that are just the traditional in-person classrooms.
I did my MBA. 90% of it was all online. Jason now this quarter, all his classes are online. He's in upper division now. All his classes are online now.
Well, also it eliminates the geographical barrier. Right now, someone can
Yeah.
attend their Africa,
Mhm.
Indonesia,
Yeah.
wherever.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't even talk about the multilingual aspect of it now.
Yeah.
So just imagine if I do a lecture in English, we can have the avatar, or we can have it translated into whatever language. We can do the subtitle if you want, or we could just have it come. Okay, even live translation, right? We could. There's technology like that right now. So I do my lecture. I do one lecture. Let's say the professor does one lecture. Now we recreate that in whatever languages to the client, to the end user student, have the transcribe if they need to, but even follow up that with the avatar. Guess what? The avatar listened to the lecture. Now the avatar holds a conversation with the student. Okay, what did you like? What you did like? Ask them questions and quiz them on it conversationally, right?
Yep.
And then actually report, hey, how much did this person retain or
Yep.
learn, right? It's almost like immediate feedback.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that
I
if
think
we
that's
do,
a great idea, Thomas,
yeah.
because it is different than the avatar note taker, right? The note taker was just taking notes. There's no two-way communication. The avatar you're talking about is the interactive avatar where they can ask the student, hey, when the professor say this, do you understand what he saying, right? So that's a two-way
So
communication.
there's a difference between just listening to it, but there's comprehension and
Yeah,
retention, right?
yeah.
So actually, we do studies on this, guys. Just remember, if we show, okay, people who did this class, they had better retention, better comprehension, they liked the class, blah, blah, right? That customer service, the metrics part of it, that's what will sell, right? That's going to be the secret sauce where, hey,
I
why
think
this?
I think we
What's the
should do some
results?
more research on this. Remember what Tava said between a voice call and one that involved a visual avatar? The experience goes from 0 to 86%. So I think we should do
Yep.
some research and to see how it impact education.
Now, hey, I do have a question for you guys, and this has been waiting on my mind too. Given that we're making so much progress with all of these potential customers, my fear is when they say, yes, let's go, we're not going to have the resources to engage in the pilot project programs, more than one. Let's say tomorrow, let's say Adam say, let's go, I want to work with you guys. And then John said, let's go. Anthony said, let's go. We need to start to line up resources that we can count on, trust, and leverage. Because, when I don't think the three of us can have the bandwidth to actually sit down and do a pilot program.
So
Long term.
let me
What
actually
what can we do?
that fits. Okay, so just one group so far, which looks very promising, is that RK
Tech.
Tech. The reason being, they already did a large project with healthcare providers. So they already went in there and did AI integration, work with medical systems, work with compliance, and then they have resources all over the United States already.
Okay.
So that's just one group. We'll find more, but what I'm saying is, especially if we go down the road more with Dr. Anthony and his group, that's a good fit because they, so as soon as they sign the NDA, I want to have a meeting. The key person is actually the CTO. His name's
We?
Hui Pham, right? He's the guy who helped build out DirecTV. He's had multiple startups, and he was very interested. He's the main guy. The guy Tung is more almost similar to Phil. He's well connected with the Vietnamese, but I think how do you pronounce that? It's Hui, Hui.
Yeah. Funny, that's my name too in Vietnamese. Hui. That's me.
But he is HUI.
Yeah, that's me. That's my
I think it's
Vietnamese name.
HUI. Here, let me pull up his LinkedIn profile real fast.
Because
this guy we want to.
Vietnamese name.
Because Hui is he's actually very versed with building custom AI models himself. So he's been studying that for the last 5 years. So anyways, that you talk about that, he probably has a process and a structure. So I want to, let's interview him and ask him, okay, when you engage with a client, what's the, kind of pick his brain. What is some of the processes? What are the things you did? The team, the scale that you handled, things like that. So at least the truth is we could learn a lot from them, right?
Yeah.
And
And
then,
Mike, I think we should send John an NDA as well, mutual NDA.
Yeah, I would do all of that stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and then
real quick, I'll share for 5 seconds just the
Okay.
the guy I'm talking about. This guy. He's also based here in Costa Mesa, Michael. So we could
Retrain. Yeah.
right. And like I said, he was a director. He's a co-founder. Does private equity, CTO right now, but he's a software engineer.
You guys had a good face-to-face meeting, right, Thomas?
Oh, absolutely. I vetted him out.
Like a pretty cool guy.
He worked with JPL and a lot of aerospace in the past too. So he has all the clearance. So anyways,
Well, that's good. I mean, I want us to start creating our own consultant roster. And then let's say, I mean, if these are the guy that we're going to partner with, we need to talk to them. And then after that, we need to start to bring them into, train them to do. So, when the pilots start, we have resources to deploy, right? Yeah. Either them or whoever, because like I said, you know what? I mean, I don't think we will have the bandwidth to do 2 or 3 pilots at the same time.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna let John know that we have quite a few opportunity in the pipeline, and we'll take him up on his offer because he wants his class to get involved in some of these projects.
Yeah. Do that. Yeah, I mean, I love to get maybe 3 or 4 students that have the skill that we're looking for, right? Python, Java, project management, BSA, whatever.
He's running multiple class. There's going to be quite a few interns. This guy, and we don't have to pay for the school.
I mean, I can create like a team.
Is he allowed to be on our board of advisors?
Yes.
Yeah. He's on
a bunch of board of advisors. So he's not just a professor, but he's on board director. He has his own startup run, which is common to a lot of these guys who teach at these university. And he's doing multiple stuff.
Well, I would say, let's invite him, Anthony, and perhaps Adam to be on our board advisors, right? I think that would be good to have like different people with diverse background, right? One's in law, one in medicine, one in education, to be on our board.
Any of the verticals that I like that idea. Any of the verticals that we're looking to, it's great to have a board, and I think we hit on something where it's an easier in. We don't need to come in and do an operational transformation. It's more of a training, education, and then later on, kind of integrate that with operational. Because I think, like I said, training, we're learning the way that they want things to be, anyways, and then use that same knowledge to do the operational, the tactical, and the do the work, right? But first of all, you have to define what is the best practice, what is the preferred methodology, and then implement it with the AI doing the work.
Yeah, you got to build out that entire process organization. So people,
and
technology,
and then not disrupt or make it more kind of a subtle or gradual versus not a disruptive technology, but more of a non-invasive, as they say.
Yep.
Let me show you guys also one more thing.
Hey man, I can say it. Good things gonna happen for us in the next few quarters.
Well,
this quarter. What are you talking about next week? It's happening.
Well,
good things are already happening.
Which include this quarter too.
I think we need just to be prepared. For example, right? This is what I want to do once we have only this guy. I want to create a consultant roster. So when we do engagement, people are going to say, for example, this is what I put together for me, right? You guys seen this. You have a profile, you got a name, right? You got the bio, expertise, style, and you could have like, experience, whatever, right? And this is the same, for example, if you look at, I mean, I think I create one for, let's say, I ask Ria to do one. And, I think, Mon, you saw this before, this is where we have to all have a consultant profile, even for the retrain guy, because when we do engagement, I want to come in very, we're charging them a lot of money. So we want to make sure that we come across as very professional, not like some guy that, fly by night, right?
Yeah, we're
For
giving
example, right
them
here, right? So
the
this
A
is-
team. We're giving them the
I used
A
to run a
team.
lot of delivery team, especially on the West Coast. So I can
Yeah.
give guidance to anyone we bring on board.
Yep.
No,
Yeah,
that
so
makes a
for
lot of
example, this is
sense.
like,
Anybody we assign to a project,
Yeah.
they know they're getting a highly qualified person.
Yeah.
yeah. And you know what, I learned this from my years dealing with guys like Deloitte or the Big Four, that they bring in their consultant roster, look very fancy, and they charge you $600 an hour.
Yeah.
And then, you learn that, their so-called consultant is the guy that's just graduated from college 6 months ago, and, he's been at 280. Like, what the fuck? Like
I
280 an
used to be
hour
on
for
those
this
team, man.
kid?
You know,
Hey, actually, funny thing, Trace 3, remember they were gonna assign us a data science expert.
Yeah.
I met those guys. One of the guys just graduated from college 2 years ago, and the other guy was an intern. Remember that? We had that meeting.
Yeah, and then those are gonna charge out to,
you know,
$250 an hour.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've done work for IBM Global Services, Pricewaterhouse, McKinsey, KPMG, Anderson, and we used to sit in DC. It was about 40 of us. I would be the senior guy, and there's all these young guys, and then but it's so fun because they used to fly out to the West Coast, hang out at my house, beer and stuff, and we would go like hanging. But yeah, they're all young. That's how it works. You when you're in sales, you have senior people, and on the delivery side, you have maybe one senior guy, and they're all new college grad.
And then as a senior guy, you have to take these kids to go shopping for a suit and tie, so they all look professional. You have to teach them how to do the Deloitte talk, right? Like the basically the lingo, and then it's like, oh my god.
Your brother is in that business, right? Boston Technology Group.
He's a partner. John, he's one of, he make like 7 figure a year. And what it is, he told me one time, he said, oh, for my time, I charge him $25,000 a week for my time.
Dude,
$100K a month for his
all
time.
I can tell you guys is the money's good, but Mike, you know what? Tell your brother, those guys, a lot of them end up with heart attack, stroke, and stuff.
No, they are.
He needs to be careful.
He's burning out. He's fall all the time, and it's crazy.
I can tell you.
But
I got out of that business because after a while, I was having high blood pressure, you name it.
Yeah,
it's
too much alcohol and good eating.
Yeah.
Hey, actually, Mike, circle back for the police conference. Are we wearing a suit and tie? What is the
no, the police conference? I would say we wear our Avacom polo and flat. I think that'd be fine. Yeah. So then we have two.
Those guys will be in uniform. Some of them will be dressed casual, like detective. But yeah, they're not gonna
I would say do this, Thomas. I mean, let's wear our polo shirt and a blue blazer if you want. It's too hot. We just
no, we'll just bring it. It's better to have it available and not.
It's like blazer.
Don't forget you have the Avacom jacket too. So.
Yeah, but it'll be hot inside though. I mean, I don't think we need to wear a jacket.
They'll have AC. They'll have AC.
Yeah.
It's
blazer
fine.
is okay. Yeah.
We'll figure it out. Okay.
It's a nice venue, right? The Fairmont, right?
No, this is at the Marriott.
Oh, the Marriott. Okay.
They usually have air conditioning going on in the convention centers. I don't think it'd be hot, but it's fine.
Yeah.
Okay,
when hopefully Adam gets back to us on when that October 1st.
Yeah, because if it's like in the afternoon, then we have to fly us in the morning. We can drive, but we'll see. I'll ping him. I am also gonna try to ping Mike James to set up a meeting for us before the meeting, so we can get to know what they're looking for.
Just tell Martin, me virtual. That can be virtual. We don't have to.
Yeah, virtual. Yeah, I mean, we do that in October anyway. That meeting. after the conference, because that meeting doesn't come until the 27th of October, so we can do it the 15th, whatever. Martin, I saw that you created a wealth management avatar. Let me take a look at that. If it's good, I'll set up a meeting with the wealth guy to do that. Yeah, so then I will input everything that we have into the CRM package. So next week we can at least have like maybe a dozen or so opportunities to start tracking. And then I will also start to do a consultant role. So that way when we get retrain and those guys or even the Viettel guys in, we can track like who's who. Because to me, the one thing I want to get those guys at Viettel to do is give me consultant profile name that I can add to the roster. So when we deploy something, we have tangible people to add to the roster. We're just going to say, well, it's Martin, Mike, and Thomas, and nobody else. I want to show them that we have a, like a real team behind us. And that's I mean, those guys doesn't have to be them. We can put them all under the Avacom umbrella. This doesn't matter. They are our consultant, and we're gonna white label them as Avacom resources. So let's do that.
Sure.
Have you guys sent out the deck to the investors?
I've only done NVIDIA.
Yes, I'm doing that too. So we can get to me, right now it's just getting the roster ready, getting our pilots programs ready, and get some investor activity. I think that's what we did to work on. So okay.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's probably we're ready. I think we're ready. I think that's that's where we're gonna get the money, not necessarily because some of these pilot projects we have to kind of just do at no cost for now.
Yeah, that's fine. To me, I want to get at least 2 or 3 letters of intent.
Hello.
So that way,
I'm here to
we can
help you
show
navigate
people
your financial journey, whether you're just getting started or looking to refine your existing strategies. What's on your mind today?
Yeah, can you tell me if I have $1 million to invest, what my portfolio recommendation would look like?
With $1 million to invest, I'd suggest a diversified portfolio. For a basic approach, you could consider 40% in stocks for growth, 30% in bonds for stability, and 30% in other assets like real estate or commodities for balance. Would you like me to break that down further?
Okay, hang on, stop there.
Advanced strategies?
The avatar cannot do that by law. The avatar cannot give any financial advice. So
it's not giving financial advice. It's only giving like recommendation of
even that. I'm
just
not,
don't ask the question, Martin.
Okay, don't ask the question.
Yeah.
Because there's guardrail around this already. Do not give any specific financial advice. So he's only telling you the breakdown and stuff like that. It's very high level. Keep going. He's not going to tell you invest in Tesla, invest in NVIDIA and stuff like that, right? Okay, give me some more detail, please.
The 40% stocks could include domestic and international equities, covering various sectors and industries. The 30% bonds might consist of government and corporate bonds, offering a mix of low risk and slightly higher yield options. The remaining 30% could be allocated to alternatives like real estate investment trusts, commodities, or even a small business investment. Does that help clarify things?
Yes. Go ahead, Mike. You want to ask him something?
Hey, am I a customer? Could you bring up my portfolio and tell me what is my year-to-date yield is?
I'm not seeing your portfolio or any visual information. Could you share your screen?
Okay, so Martin, Martin, you the program in some sort of a account. So when they say I'm a customer, they say, oh, can I give me your name and whatever, and then they can bring up the account. I mean that's part of the wealth management assistant do, right? They
But you
do that.
What you mentioned, you have to do some kind of integration already, right? Because this is a generic assistant. Unless you tie into some kind of wealth management, it's like an IVR. Then he can. No.
I get that, but could you create like a fake one just to kind of say, hey, just like the Leo one, just create like a fake account so they can refer to it.
Okay. Yeah, let me try. I have my portfolio with you. Can you give me an update on what my portfolio status look like right now?
Hold on a second.
Uh-oh.
He's bringing it up.
I'm not seeing anything. You're not sharing your screen,
Oh,
right?
so he wants to see it visually. Let's
Doing
see.
what?
He wants to see your dashboard. Hang on.
No, but he should be the one to say, "Hey, Mr. Vo, I see that your current balance is $1.8 million and your year-to-date yield is 6%, whatever, right?" So you can make some numbers up.
Let me see if I can fake it.
Yeah, take your time to do that. I mean, you look at my my Q&A for the wealth management, just kind of mimic that, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, Michael, hopefully there's not too much issues with compliance for.
Yeah, I want to make sure that we, the wealth management assistant, right? So, I mean, he'll tell
I
you
think
your
it's a dangerous
portfolio.
area to go in, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Because it's financial information, and I'm not quite sure if it's good to have an AI avatar go down that path.
No, yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
to
that's
talk about someone's account with them and some of that, just imagine if somehow that interaction it's kind of like your banking information,
no,
some
I
of
get it.
that.
I mean, I just want to show it to those guys so they can tell us, oh yeah, you cannot do that. I'm basically, yeah, I would just show them, the so avatar, and then they will give us guidance on what we can and cannot provide, right?
Yeah.
Well,
let me
what was
play
their
around with
ask
this
of you
more.
though, Michael? Is it more of like how to promote their company to gain more clients, or
Yeah, no,
servicing?
basically, they want to create a wealth management assistant. You know how it is, right? Let's say a wealth management advisor. Most of the time, I'm avoiding the question like, "Hey, I need to sign a form. Could you send me a form? Oh, I need to get my 1099. Oh, how's my portfolio is doing?" Stuff that can be answered by an assistant and not the advisor. The advisor should spend time say, "Hey, Mr. Wong, let's review your portfolio, do this or that." But it's stuff like, "Hey, you know what? I have a question about, do I have enough money on a REIT?" And then you say, "Oh yeah, right now you have $600,000 in a REIT." It's just some stuff that are non-advising, but it's mostly like administrative type Q&A that the assistant should
So,
handle.
Michael, that's okay. That's going to be like a more on a integrating with their internal
Yes.
account systems, right?
Yes.
It's going to be more of a, that's where we need custom integration. That's going to be where I don't think we can demo that unless
No.
you're.
Like I say, we are, I just want to show them the avatar talking and then give some basic info and ask him, say, can you visualize the avatar, get a lot of this info from your personal database and share? Is that allowable? So, I mean, it's more or less a conversation. To me, this is something that we want to use capacity to do. Remember back in the days?
Well, I'll tell you, we're beyond that. The Architect,
Mm-hmm.
they already have those capabilities. What I was telling you with their healthcare.
Okay.
So we don't need, so capacity. Remember, theirs is a minimum $100,000 upfront.
Yeah.
Right. And it was challenging because I remember they couldn't customize it or white label it that easily. There was a lot of extra work.
Yeah.
So to demo it in capacity, we would never
No,
be able
we're
to do
not.
that.
Yeah, I'm saying, this was what we want. This was what we want to use capacity for. I think, we got it ourselves, right? Funny part is, I think, from what we've done the last couple of months, I mean, we have a solution that is better than capacity because it's interactive. It's just, it's just a chat base.
So okay, getting back to it, Martin, what do you think we could demo easily? Because to be
You
able
know,
to,
it's when you deal with financial, and it's not my my expert area, but I'm looking through all the contact. I mean, you've done this, and feel free to play around with this, Thomas. Is a lot of it is very general information, and it tells you right here you can't give specific information. This is only a high
yeah, we're not going to
level
be able to pull up and
conversation.
say, hey,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
have $3
yeah,
million in this, and
yeah,
2
yeah,
million here, and this is in
yeah.
these, or even that.
Yeah.
It's,
Do
I think,
even in the last upgrade from Tavis, they're trying to put more guardrail around it, right? Just like what happened with ChatGPT. One of the biggest problem right now is ChatGPT can't even talk about suicide. Anything about suicide, they take it out and so forth. So the AI is getting more constrained. And I know the same thing with Tavis it's only allowing very high level information right now because it doesn't want to get in trouble. Now, once you turn on guardrails and so forth like that, it's the same thing. It's even more generic. So if we want the information that Mike is saying, even for demo, we have to build out that knowledge base. And I think this is something we need to talk more about as we move forward. We have not built out any knowledge base yet for any of these
Yeah, you know what?
AIs.
Let me play around with the thing that you created and see if it's good enough. Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
play around with it,
you play
Mike.
with
Even
that.
delete it and create your new one. It's going to ask
Okay,
you a bunch of
I'll
questions
do
that
that.
you can create
Okay.
it. But one of the things I think we should talk about more is building the knowledge base. I think that something should be on our
Yep.
list of things to do.
Yeah, also we need to start talking about, the API integration, like, for example, set up the API interfaces where we say, hey, this are the kind of, these are the parameters that we have available from our portal to yours, right? So that way,
Yeah.
when let's say when we meet with the scan IT guys, the one question that they're gonna ask, I know you're gonna say, okay, well, tell me what you need from a API perspective,
Yeah.
what are the fields you're looking for so we can, like, let's see if we match and vice versa. So to me, that is a technical discussion that we have to be prepared to provide feedback to, right?
Yep. And I can talk to a lot of that. A
Yeah,
lot
but
of it
this is where we are to dig into the towers code
yeah.
and API to know what we can get from them.
well,
Yeah.
so Michael, the API from Tavis and some of those, nowadays they made it so it's actually a lot simpler than before. It's the main question is when you're getting into the certain systems that are
Yep,
legacy,
yep,
that's the more challenging. The actual,
exactly.
if it's a well-known, let's say in
Dynamics, that's
healthcare,
easy, right? Yeah,
yeah.
dynamics easy, yeah.
So I feel that the the custom integration is where that will be a little more challenging, but it's
Yes.
getting easier. The actual UX part of it, just how you want it to function, to be honest with you, that's going to be the where it makes it succeed or not, right? If the customer at the end of the day, they enjoy or it works and it pulls up what they need, and right, that is actually where hopefully Tavis gets better, whatever it is, not even be Tavis eventually. So if we get enough, we can build one, hopefully that's even better somehow, right?
Yep.
Because what you're asking for might be the next thing where you're having the avatar, but it can pull up charts, graphs, and it can
Yeah, that's
pull up
exactly.
personalized
Real
data,
information.
You're right. Yeah.
right?
Yep.
That would be that's what I was trying to explain to John Hayes, right? So when we get to that, that's the value, because now it's more of you're pulling up personal relevant information, and of course we make it private and secure, but if we can get to the point where the AI is providing valuable data, right, for decision making.
You're right. I mean, that's exactly is also my vision. For example, let's say you talk to a college counselor and they say, "Oh, okay, could you show me my class schedule for this semester after we talk?" And up come like a pop-up screen. I say, "Oh, so you have 4 classes. Here they are. Here's the time and that stuff."
Yeah, and this is the number of units you need here, and
Yeah, and then
satisfy
I,
GE.
I
all
can
that.
send this to you on your email. So great, it's visual. The avatar talking, and then up come like a dialog box or a split screen, and they show the information, right? Yeah, I think that'd be very powerful. That's part of the UI UX.
Yeah. Do you guys remember Leo when we asked him to read up a license plate and he gave us some information? This one is clean. This one have a warrant and stuff like that. See, Tavis locked that down now. You can't even do that anymore because the response now is I don't have access to that system, stuff like that. So they used to left it wide open. Now they're starting to really lock things down, and I think they're going to continue to do that.
It's fine. So here's the thing, like we were saying, Tavis is good. It was a good using for demos and things like that. But we're seeing some limitation. Eventually, we do have to build, and I don't think it's going to be that hard or expensive. It's just we don't have the people and the money right now, right? To build a user interface with an avatar. It's really just a moving video, right?
Yeah.
Link it with the right knowledge base. Now that's what we go back to what we were talking before, build a custom knowledge base for the client that they can utilize the client's data versus the general data available on the web, right? So that's where we have to get to. We're not obviously we're not.
I think this get us to the next phase. You know what I mean?
Correct.
So I think we just have to continue to develop it and move the needle forward. So yeah, you're right. I feel the same way. I think we have to, and I still want to build out our AI data center. I still want to build out our own technology. It's just that we don't have the money right now. That's all.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, good luck with that. Yeah, a lot of things in the air. So let's. I think the only thing I'll let you. I'm gonna start exploring the different investors that and circle back with them and send them the updated versions. So we do have a final version of the deck.
Yep.
I think that's it.
On the
download
the OneDrive. I mean, I upload everything on the OneDrive.
Okay, I'll look at. I'll pull it up.
Okay.
You have access to it.
Yeah, perfect. I download already, so I have it, and I PDF a lot of those out, so I can send it forward.
Right.
Perfect.
Okay, and I'm getting our batch print right now, Thomas. So we have only batches that we need to go for the conference. So
sounds good.
Okay, thank you.
All right, guys. Have a good one. See ya.